ready. Well, thumbs up, looks like we're ready. Let's see. Today we're going to be making what I call chicken contadina, which is basically a country style chicken stew in an aromatic tomato basil broth. My trusted camera person and beloved wife Donna will be filming, and right here this is what I have set up. Those are chicken sausages, chicken thighs. I have some large diced red skin potatoes, and if we move over here on this plate, well, let's get the napkin out of the way. These are diced roasted red peppers. I use jarred. Small Vidalia onion chopped, and this is about a cup of flat leaf parsley and fresh basil. And over here, okay, who can tell me what this is? Aha, made you laugh, huh? Yeah, well, those are diced portobello mushrooms, sliced actually, and some seasonings. We have chicken broth. Again, I like to use the jarred. Olive oil, salt, pepper, tomato paste. I'm going to put this aside because we're going to add this at the end. And some seasonings. I have dried basil, dried sage, dried oregano, and some crushed red pepper.
Yeah.
Oh, she's directing me. She's pointing at something. Ah.
Put that in front of that cookbook.
Hold on, wait a second. We should have planned this. We should have rehearsed this first. There we go.
Yeah,
I'm putting that over there.
That.
Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pause for a moment as I. Okay. Are we live?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. First thing we do is I preheated the oven to 400 degrees. You notice I have 3 different pans because basically I don't have one pan large enough to cook them all. But if you have a large roasting pan, throw them all in the same pan. They may not cook at the same thing. We're going to put a little olive oil on there, a little olive oil on the sausages, a little olive oil on the chicken thighs, upside down. What we're going to do is we're going to season the chicken thighs, right, bottom. We're going to put some pepper on the potatoes, a little bit of salt on the chicken thighs, and a little bit of salt on the potatoes. Right? A little olive oil, salt and pepper, potatoes can go in the oven. Ah. Now, what we're going to do with the chicken thighs, turn them over. I'm going to season the other side. A little bit of olive oil. Very simple, just salt and pepper. Right, season both sides. As Emeril Lagasse used to say, both sides gotta taste good. He had a command of the English language, didn't he? Okay. Just gonna mix these, turn these over, so no seasoning on these. These sausages are seasoned when they make them. These are chicken sausages with kale. And these are all ready to go in the oven too. Voila! The chicken thighs should take about 45 minutes. The sausage maybe half an hour. The potato should be ready in about 20 minutes. In the meanwhile, back at the ranch, I have heated up this large pan. I'm going to grab my pepper. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little olive oil in there. We're going to add the onions. Now we're going to let these cook for a few minutes so they come translucent, and we can pause here. Okay, looks like my director's giving me the nod. I guess we're good. So these have been going for about 2 minutes. They're starting to turn a little translucent. And at this point, we're going to add the mushrooms. All of them. Because why not? Now, at this point, we're going to season with salt and pepper. Some salt. And some pepper. Now we're going to cook these until the onions become nice and tender. You want to see a little trick? Watch this. Yeah, I can do that. We can take a break now. Oh, I got the thumbs up. Usually I get a 3, 2, 1. Now I only got a thumbs up. Okay. At this point, the onions are starting to turn translucent. The mushrooms are starting to cook. Basil, parsley, all of it. We want to make this thing really aromatic. At this point, we're going to add a little dried basil. Just a pinch. We're going to add some dried sage. Just a pinch. And we're going to add some oregano. Just a pinch. At this point, you would like probably add some garlic, fresh chopped garlic as well. But poor Donna doesn't do well with garlic, and since we're eating this after we cook it, I'm omitting the garlic. Oh, it's starting. I'm sure you can smell this through the camera, right? Starting to smell very, very aromatic. Starting to smell good. Now we're going to cook this for about another minute. And at this point, well, it's not really a minute. You should probably let it go another minute or so, but it doesn't really require that much. We're going to add the chicken stock, chicken broth. I don't know, cup. That really is more of a feel than anything else. And tomato paste. A nice heaping amount of tomato paste. Let's stir this all up. And this is how we make an herb tomato broth. We're going to let it cook for about a minute or two. And we can take a break at this point. Oh, I got the thumbs up again. Looks like we're live again. At this point, we're more or less done here. From here on in, it's really a snap. Because what we're going to do is we're going to have part A, then parts B, C, and D in the oven. And when those get cooked, we're just going to add them to this. I suggest you make this a day in advance and let it sit overnight. As you can see, we're in a nice little simmer boil going on here. At this point, we're going to add the roasted peppers. And at this point, we're going to add a little crushed red pepper. Let's give this a little heat. Just a pinch, you know, red pepper, crushed pepper. Some people like it spicy, some people like it not so spicy, some people like it very spicy. Mix all this together. Now we're going to adjust the seasoning. Basically, we're just looking for salt and pepper right now. I'm double dipping the spoon. Report me to the health department. Not bad. A little more pepper. A little more salt. Looks like we have plenty of broth going on. Now we're going to let this simmer for about another 5 minutes. And then we turn the fire off, let it sit, and now we're just waiting for everything in the oven to be roasted and cooked through. And once they are all cooked through, we're going to add all of those into the pot, let it sit overnight. Voila, we're done. Oh, I got the nod. I guess we're back. All right, the potatoes were done. I just put them in. They were cooked all the way through. I just put them into the broth. and just to let them sit for about 5 minutes. As you can see, it's on a very, very, very low simmer. The chicken sausages and the chicken are still in the oven because they have to cook to an internal temperature of
165.
165. As soon as they hit the 165, they go in the pot also. Adjust any seasoning, salt and pepper that needs to be done. Then what I like to do is just put it away, and this will be perfect tomorrow. Even if you get it nice and cold, refrigerate it cool, nice cool temperature, this will hold a week in the refrigerator. But as it is right now, we are almost done. As you can see, it's a very, very low simmer. We're just trying to bring out all the flavors of the herbs, and now in case there was a potato or two that didn't cook all the way through, let it simmer in here, and in about 5 minutes we're going to turn this off completely, wait for the sausages and the chicken thighs. When they reach a temperature of
165.
165. And that's right, there's your meat thermometer. And then it's done. But now Donna wanted me to remind you that the recipe is in the cookbook, first edition.
Page 91.
Tell the folks. Page 91. And also, I believe in the cookbook, the recipe calls for a jarred tomato sauce and chicken broth. That would work just as well also, but the thing is, as I mentioned before, Donna has a real problem with garlic. So that's why I just used the chicken broth and the tomato paste. Either way, can't miss. Bye. Looks like we got the thumbs up. We're all back. Okay. Chicken sausages cooked to an internal temperature of 165 degrees. It is all done. And you can see, there it is. And this is good to eat right now if you like, or for tomorrow, or the next day. Nice crusty bread with some good butter, and maybe a simple mixed green salad. Bon appetit.